Welcome back. You're watching Know Your Debt Fund, and with me is Kirtan Shah, and we're talking about inter-scheme transfers and how to understand why a scheme has done an inter-scheme transfer and what it means for you as an investor. So far we know that an inter-scheme transfer is basically the buying and selling of a security within different schemes of a fund house. It is not illegal. It comes under the purview of SEBI. SEBI undertakes regular audits to ensure that there is no malified intent in actually doing an inter-scheme transfer. Sometimes it just works out better. However, investors in both schemes have to be sure that their interests are protected and that no scheme is taking on unnecessary risk or doing it for intentions which are not above par. But Kirtan, tell me one thing. If an investor was to go and want to check what has been the latest inter-scheme transfers in their scheme, how do they check it? Where do they find that information? And more importantly, do you suggest that they go back in the past and also check the risk profile of their fund and how it has altered over the last few months?
Sumaira, this is going to be slightly tricky for the investors, but I'll still try and explain. So what you do is every month, the mutual funds come out with something called as monthly portfolio disclosures. This is available on their website as per SEBI mandate. What you ideally do is go to the website, remove their March month-end portfolio, remove their April month-end portfolio. Now, this is slightly different from the fact sheet. Just want to make sure that everybody is with me on this. This is called monthly portfolio disclosure. So you remove March, you remove April, and then you see that while you are in March, what securities were invested in, and while you are in April, what securities are missing. Now, once you understand that XYZ security was there in March and it is not there in April, there are two things that could have happened. In April, either the fund would have sold it off or this would have actually got transferred to some another scheme. Now, how do you figure out where has it got transferred? So what you do is on the monthly portfolio of the fund that we are talking about, there is going to be something called as ISIN number. Now, this is exactly why we need the monthly portfolio, is because the fact sheet does not talk about this. So you copy the ISIN number of the one that you saw went missing from March to April, and then go on to whichever scheme you think has got transferred it into. So in our case, let's say an aggressive hybrid or a balanced advantage fund. So you go to those schemes, look at their April monthly portfolio and search if you see the same ISIN in that portfolio. If you see the same ISIN in that portfolio, then one scheme has moved it to another scheme.
Okay, so basically, I do realize it's a cumbersome task, but the point of this show is, not for retail investors to go and do every single thing that we're talking about. I realize that people do have day jobs also, but basically, you have to know the subject well enough to be able to question your advisor and ask them if they have done the due diligence on the product that they have sold you or that they have made you invested in, and do this due diligence, quite regularly. Don't just leave it at the time of having made the investment. Kirtan, thanks very much for joining in, and viewers, I just hope that this episode also works to actually strengthen your resolve to do a lot more research and homework yourself, and if you're unable to do it, then to push your advisor to actually do that. Thanks very much for watching. Do stay tuned to CNBC TV 18.
Do you remember the 2008-9 market crash when the Nifty fell from well over 6,000 to somewhere around 2,000? Well, if you remember that, then you must also remember the rally that happened after that, which not just took the Nifty back to its highs, but in the next rally took it well past 10,000 as well. You will also remember the demonetization day, and after that the kind of fall that we had in the market. But if you remember that, you will know what happened over the next 3 years when the index gave you almost 50% returns and went to a new all-time high. Now the market is going through one more round of brutal fall. From 12,000 plus, you saw the Nifty go down to 7,500. It's already come up to 9,000, 9,500, but it's still down, of course, quite a bit. Why am I saying that? Most vertical falls in the Nifty are followed by an equally strong rally as well, because the market fundamentals are very strong. And the best way to take benefit of that is via the Nifty ETF, exchange traded fund. So if your objective is long-term wealth creation, time is now for Nifty ETF.